We're here today at our 8th annual Professional Services Symposium. One of the things I'm excited about this year is our fireside chat with Marion Brooks and President Zimmer. I think it will be a great opportunity for the businesses that are participating in the symposium to really hear about President Zimmer's commitment to diversity and inclusion.
So I grew up in Manhattan at a time when it was a post-immigrant community, when you had the feeling everybody was there, not just that every banker is there. And it had a huge impact on the way that I experienced life as a child, which was the excitement and fun of learning about how everybody was different and how everybody was the same at the same time. My father was part of an immigrant family. He was born in the United States. Everybody else, his older siblings at least, were born in Europe. It was a Jewish family, still is. My father did go to medical school. He was the only sibling to actually, of his 6 siblings, the only one to go to college. He did go to medical school. With great irony, actually had to go back to Europe because he couldn't get into medical school in the United States. And that was very common for a lot of...
because of his Jewish background?
Explicitly because he was Jewish. And the sense of experiencing that and knowing that, plus growing up in this particular environment in New York where everybody was there and I had friends of every sort, together they've created, for me personally, just this great sense of the power, excitement, and benefit of piling everybody together. Of course, the vice presidents of the university, largely, some of the associate vice presidents of the university, who many of you have met, every one of them that I've talked to has just felt that they've derived great benefit from connecting with this enormous pool of talent that may not have necessarily been someone that, if you're just rounding up the usual suspects, that you would necessarily have known to connect to. I think it's of enormous benefit to the university simply to expand the pool and scope of people that we're connected to. It requires a lot of work on the part of the team. Requires somebody to hire somebody talented who knows how to do that. And again, fortunately, we have Nadia. And it's simply another thing to do. And without prioritizing and being convinced you're going to get value out of it, you'll put it on the back burner.
Why do you think there is such resistance among institutions of higher learning?
The question is, what's the priority you're assigning to it? What are you prepared to do? And so that's asking a very different question. And I feel that people honestly have not prioritized this enough. I think the conviction also that you are going to get value, that you actually believe when you say that there's an enormous amount of talent that needs to be tapped and can be tapped, and that it's to your benefit to tap it. It's a question, do people really have that conviction? People will say, well, this is good, and this is good, and yeah, diversity is good, and so on. But there has to be somebody who's willing to say, this is actually important, and it's a priority, and it can add a lot of value for you. We do, and we have the leadership to implement it, and I think the payoff is real.